Hello everyone, greetings of the day and welcome to another group of natural constituents which are used as raw materials and also have a therapeutic benefit of their own. So, I am going to introduce to you a group of secondary metabolites named the gums, which are carbohydrates and made by the plants for different reasons. Let us look at gums and natural colors which are obtained from plants. What are these gums? Where do we use a gum, a normal gum? As we all know, a gum is used as an adhesive. So, whenever something tears or whenever we want to bring two things together, we use an adhesive to stick. So, these compounds are similar to the gums which we use, and they are produced by the plant for defense to as an adhesive wherever there is an external wound or injury. So, suppose you give a cut to the plant and the plant tears, it secretes a gum to repair this tear. So, natural gums which are present in the plant, they are known as water soluble compounds. They are complex carbohydrates of high molecular weight. They are known as polysaccharides which are derived from plants, algae and microbial sources. They typically consist of monosaccharide units. They are insoluble in organic solvents but swell or dissolve in water to form a viscous solution or gel. And this is the property which makes it useful to us to be used as a vehicle carrier, where it incorporates or holds our different actives, and this itself has some therapeutic benefits. A classic example is gum arabica, which is derived from acacia Senegal. What are the general properties of these gums? They are colloidal in nature. What do you mean colloidal in nature? When these gums are added to water, they form a colloidal solution and remain dispersed in the entire solution. They are in form of dry exudates, so there is great stability. It increases the viscosity of the solution when added to the solutions. They are water soluble or water imbibing. They require little heat for their solubility, and they are totally insoluble in organic solvents. These are general properties which we have to keep in mind when we are using different kinds of gums in the herbal formulations. How do we classify these gums? Natural gums are classified as the ones derived from the plants. For example, gum arabica, gum karaya, gum tragacanth and guar gum. This gum is derived from our normal guar vegetable, the pods of that vegetable. Animal derived gums is chitin, chitosan, hyaluronic acid and chondroitin sulfate. There are some gums which are made with the help of microorganisms. A very important gum used as a raw material is the xanthan gum and the dextran gum. So, if you look at different kinds of cosmetics, pharmaceutical formulations, a lot of these gums are being used in the formulation. Marine sources, deep down in the ocean, we have sources which have given us important gums. Agar, this of course is on the top of the ocean, it floats, and agar is now being cultivated by spreading bamboos on the ocean. Agaros, alginates, carrageenan and fucoidan are different kinds of gums which are obtained from water. There are synthetic gums like aspirin, nylon, polyethylene and cellulose acetate, which is a semi-synthetic gum. This is not in our purview, but these gums are being used so that they need not use labor to collect this, and we are deploying the wild sources. Role of natural gums in herbal cosmetics. Why should we use these gums? What is their function? They are an excellent thickening agent. As I mentioned, since they form a nice colloidal solution and a nice gel when they are added to water, you can have desired viscosity and textures to your creams and lotions, to your shampoos and gels. Example, Guar gum when used in shampoo gives a nice thick lotion kind of formulation. They are excellent stabilizers and emulsifiers. So, with oil when used in creams and lotions, they stabilize the entire formulation. They are film forming, so hence form a thin film when used in the formulation and used in different hairsprays, styling gels and face masks. Helps in moisture retention, helps as a binding agent, they are natural and biodegradable and hence used as alternative to all those synthetic gums available. They are used in controlled release cosmetic formulations. This is the first example. So, when you give a cut to the tree to heal or to repair that injury or cut secretes this gum where it can bind its tissues, or in other words, when you give a cut the tree cries and this gum is in form of tears. Look at these small drops. So, these are the tears of the tree. So, whenever there is an external injury by the plant or there is because of stress condition, if the bark splits, or when human beings when they are trying to collect the gum, they give incision and they leave this tree trunk. As a result, the tree when it is under stress to repair its wound, it bleeds or it cries, and as a result these tears are shed on the tree trunk. So, acacia is a dried gum obtained from the stems and branches of Acacia senegal, a species now found in India also, and there are a lot of gums which are collected from Gujarat and Kutch. The finest gum is tapped from a 6-year-old tree of acacia in February, March or September after the rains. So, when you give cut after 10, 15 or 20 days, you will see all these droplets on the tree trunk. So, at the collection center, the gum after collecting is then graded and sorted into different grades, and it is sold in the market depending on the grade. So, the hand picked selected tears are considered to be of highest quality. It is always beneficial to buy the raw material as a tears, because if this is powdered and sold in the market, there are chances of adulteration. There are some 200 to 300 different species of gums identified. So, it is very difficult to make out with what an original species is adulterated. Spray dry acacia is now official in the British Pharmacopoeia, and it is gaining importance for its versatility and low bacterial count. Acacia gum consists mainly of arabin and a calcium salt of arabic acid. It is a major polysaccharide which is branched and is beta-1,3-galactan with arabinose, rhamnose and uronic acid. So, generally these gums are considered to be salts of uronic acids. It also has an oxidase enzyme. So, this presence of oxidase enzyme differentiates gum acacia from gum tragacanth. It is used as a general stabilizer in emulsions. In the pharmaceutical industry, it forms a very important ingredient in lozenges and related formulations. Used in cough, diarrhea and throat preparation. In the herbal cosmetic industry, it is used as face packs in combination with other herbs, creams, lotions and lip balms. Tragacanth, as compared to gum acacia, this is a preformed gum. So, gum acacia is produced by the plant after an injury, whereas gum tragacanth is preformed in the plant. So, when you give a cut on the plant, the gum oozes out like a ribbon. So, imagine imagine an idli atta packed in a plastic polythene bag. When you make a small hole or a cut, the way it oozes out, that way in ribbon form the tragacanth oozes out, because this is the difference between acacia and tragacanth. Acacia is formed after the injury, tragacanth is preformed. So, as soon as you give a cut, it oozes out under pressure and there is soft worm like streams. Tapping starts in the second year for better quality of the gum, and this contains a water soluble fraction called tragacanthin and an water insoluble fraction called basorin. Since it contains a water soluble and water insoluble fraction, this makes it an excellent emulsifier or excellent vehicle to be used in different kind of formulations, and it is composed of sugars and uronic acids. Used as an excellent suspending and emulsifying agent because of both groups, water soluble and water insoluble. Used as a tablet binder, disintegrant, stabilizes many cosmetic preparations when used, and hence largely used in creams, lotions, sprays and gels. It forms protective colloids in face packs and herbal formulations. Gum karaya, which is Indian tragacanth, called as Indian tragacanth and sterculia gum, so can be used in place of tragacanth. This is also called as sterculia gum, obtained from Sterculia urens, and the first gum collection gives highest viscosity. Large trees are blazed or tapped than the smaller ones. So, the trees with larger tree trunks gives large quantity of gums. The dried mass is collected, excess bark adhering to these tears is removed and it is then graded. Over tapping has reduced the natural population. So, like I told you, most of these gums are collected from wild sources, and because there is a high demand for these gums, the wild sources are getting depleted. Partial hydrolysis of sterculia yields D-galactose, L-rhamnose and D-galactouronic acids, an acid which is trisaccharide and acetic acid. So, the uses, it is used as a bulk laxative when taken internally and used along with psyllium seed. So, when you want to improve the texture of the skin, sometimes a combination of laxative with external preparations is used. Powdered gum is used in lozenges, dental paste and denture fixative powders. So, these dental products sometimes are classified as herbal cosmetics, particularly useful as adhesives, and it is also available as granule for bulk laxative and stimulant. A very free flowing powder, Guar gum, which is obtained from the endosperm of Cymopsis tetragonolobus, and this is our common vegetable, the guar. The principal constituent is a galactomannan, and as you can see here, a white free flowing powder. Excellent thickener, stabilizer, conditioner. So, when you mix this with water, it forms a gel which is highly viscous. So, when you invert such tubes or beakers, you can find that it is very thick to flow. So, when you want a formulation to stay for a longer period of time like a face mask, such gums can be used in the formulations. So, it is a thickener, stabilizing agent used in conditioners. This itself acts like a conditioner, used as an excellent suspending agent, as binder, and hence finds its use in creams, lotions and face masks. It is also used in the food industry as a thickener and stabilizing agent. Xanthan gum, a gum which is obtained by fermentation. So, a natural gum, but obtained when bacteria act on it. We are not going to discuss the preparation here, but this is used as a pharmaceutical aid and it has a big use in food and cosmetic industry and chiefly consists of 1,4-beta glycosidically linked chains of glucose with trisaccharide chains. Agar, which is obtained from marine source, and these days agar is being cultivated on the sea. So, huge bamboo is placed on the sea on which these agar species grow. Agar is dried colloidal concentrate from decoction of various red algae. So, this has become a business for the fishermen now. When they collect fish side by side, this is cultivated on the sea. It is a polysaccharide made up of agarose and agaropectin. Agarose is a neutral galactose polymer and provides gel strength, while the agaropectin, a sulfated polysaccharide, imparts viscosity. Agar is of herbal origin and is widely used in culture media as well as an emulsifier. Apart from that, it is used in food industry, the pharmaceutical industry, and as a very important matrix in formulation for controlled drug delivery. So, when we make a skin formulation and use actives where you want the formulation to deliver it for a longer period, we have skin and hair formulations, they say 12 hours, 24 hours, where these actives have to be released with respect to time. Such controlled drug delivery systems use agar as a raw material. Carrageenan, this is called Irish moss. It is obtained from variable red algae called Chondrus crispus, and this is a sulfated polysaccharide from red seaweeds. This is used as an excellent binder, disintegrant and in also sustained released matrix. It acts as a thickener, stabilizer and a suspending agent. Apart from the herb cosmetics, it is used in tablets and as a vegetative alternative to gelatin capsules. And animal gum, which is obtained from exoskeletons of arthropods such as crabs, shrimps, lobsters and insects. So, fishermen, when they collect the fish, along with that these crabs, shrimps and lobsters, or this thing, when it is collected, they try to supply it to an industry where chitin and chitosan are obtained. Chitosan is deacetylated derivative of chitin, which is obtained by treating chitin with alkali to remove the acetyl group. So, this is used in wound healings water purification and as a dietary fiber. So, these are some of the different brands using acacia gum and tragacanth. We recognize these gums by different the brands given, and the key features are mentioned here. So, polygum EXA 145, EXA 177. So, this defines the strength where you get a specific viscosity when you use these different brands, and they are used as emulsifiers, stabilizers. Agri spray is available where spray dried acacia is made. It is available as spray dried form and flakes. And tragacanth, there are similar brands and trade names available which are used for different formulations. These are some of the trade names available for gum karaya, Guar gum and xanthan gum, and depending on the grades and depending on the kind of formulation you want to make, these are then selected. This is for agar and carrageenan, where they are used in food industry, in the pharmaceutical and cosmetic industry. Coming to some of the natural colors, a very important raw material used in the cosmetic industry and the pharmaceutical industry, and because of the side effects of synthetic colors, this group of naturally occurring constituents is having a big demand. Natural colorants are nature's own palette which are derived from plants, animals, minerals and microorganisms, and they form a big group of constituents. They are vibrant and attract the market or the consumer. So, from ancient cave paintings to modern day cosmetics, they have been humanity's trusted companions in food, textile, medicine and art. So, the historical roots are in the prehistoric era where cave paintings were found. Ancient Americans used cochineal red dye. Chinese used for silk dyeing and for different kind of applications. There has been proof of use of colors by ancient Asians and Europeans. So, we find these natural colorants as anthocyanins, betalains, carotenoids, chlorophylls which is present in abundance. The slight stability issues with chlorophyll, the green color to remain green, there are special procedures used, and curcuminoids which has been used traditionally in India for its yellow color. So, for anthocyanins, the natural sources are grapes, berries, red cabbage and lot of colored vegetables. The coloring pigments are malvidin, cyanidin, delphinidin and the derivatives of same. Some are water soluble, some are alcohol soluble, and it depends on which natural source we choose. They are little pH sensitive and we have to be careful with the stability, but they have a large application as natural colors. Chlorophyll which is obtained from green leafy vegetable like spinach, alfalfa, parsley and wheatgrass. Alfalfa was grown as a weed. So, but now it has a large nutraceutical use. So, other green leafy vegetables are used commercially for extracting the green pigment. Many a times blue and yellow colors are combined to get a stable green color, but again here the pH has to be kept in mind. So, the final formulation should have a pH which remains stable for chlorophyll. Betalains from beetroot and amaranthus and beta-cyanins, they are water soluble, they are also pH sensitive and have to be kept in mind when used in formulation. A large group of carotenoids which have a therapeutic benefit also are obtained from carrots, tomatoes, pumpkins and sweet potatoes. They are stable in low moisture and oxygen free environment. Curcuminoids are obtained from the yellow turmeric rhizome of Curcuma longa and has seen application in different kind of cosmetics and pharmaceutical dosage forms. So, this chart summarizes the use of natural color, different fruits like pomegranate, blackberries and avocado which are used as source of color, vegetables like beetroot, mushroom, carrot, flowers like marigold and hibiscus, a lot of trees like annatto. This is used in our butter. The yellow color of our butter is because of a dye obtained, it is a natural dye obtained from annatto seeds. The madder plant which gives us red color, a lot of spices like turmeric, saffron are used to give different kinds of colors. Methods of extraction of these dyes: ultrasonication, Soxhlet, microwave, on the lab scales, supercritical fluid extraction for larger stable dye extraction. Definitely the natural colors have much more benefits as compared to synthetic color. The only limitation is the stability as they are sensitive to pH. So, one should keep in mind the packaging and the exposure of the formulation. These are some of the examples of pharmaceutical brands which use natural colors. Natural gums such as acacia, tragacanth, Guar gum are valuable excipients. So, concluding this group of raw materials, they can be used as excellent stabilizers in the pharmaceutical, food and the cosmetic industry. Natural colorants like chlorophyll, carotenoids, anthocyanins and curcuminoids provide safe, vibrant alternatives to the synthetic dyes, and these color materials are biocompatible, sustainable and eco-friendly, and there is a long history, and since they have stood the test of time, they are safe to be used in any formulation, and there is an increasing consumer demand and a consumer preference for these natural ingredients. Thank you.